What's going on, guys? So today is day 2 of my 30-day pull-up, push-up, squat challenge, and I'm going to be doing 100 reps of each every day for 30 days straight. So today's actually day 2. I started yesterday with 100 pull-ups, 100 pushes, and 100 squats. So I'll break it up. I'll do different variations every day over the course of the 30 days. Yesterday and today, I'm just doing standard pulls, standard pushes. Actually, we could even call these inclines because I'm doing them on a bag. So I'm not on the floor. So I'll call those an incline. And a standard squat. And then I'll break it up. Maybe I'll do chin-ups one day. I'll do some decline push-ups, maybe some Mike Tyson's. Change up my grip on the bar. And with the squats, we'll make it squats. Maybe one day I'll do a jump squat. I'll do some lunges. And just rotate them in and out. But that's the goal, 30 days straight. And I'm going to be doing it actually with my buddy Lenny. And for those of you who haven't met Lenny, I'll leave a link to the description there. It'll show it's a young guy I've been working with lately, trying to get him in shape. So he was kind enough to jump in on the challenge with me, and I actually spoke to him earlier today. He's got his day 2 finished already. Now this is going to be in addition to any other workouts that we do, and I know it's going to be overtraining, overuse, over this, over that. I'm not buying it. I'm going to go. I mean, I'll be honest, if I get to a point where it gets to be too much for me, but I don't want to alter my other workouts in any way. And generally lately I've been doing more of a pull push leg thing. So I'll do one day where I do specifically push exercises, whether it's shoulder presses and some type of chest work and tricep work. And then the other day will be some pulls. That could be weighted pull-ups. It could be a back workout at the gym or something, whatever. But again, the 100 a day for 30 days has nothing to do with my normal workout routine. If it gets to be too much, if I run into some problems, if I'm overly sore, I just feel like I can't do it, I'll be honest with you and say, hey, I made it this many days. But I'll see how far we go. And again, my buddy Lenny, check out the video where I'll put a link where it kind of explains what's going on with Lenny. And he's in on it with me. So what I'm doing today, I've already completed a 10 down, which is 55 reps of each. Then I'm going to do a 9 down, and that's going to give me another 45. That'll be my complete 100. So I did my 10 down. I started off just now with the 9. So what I have left is 8 down for all 3 moves. And that'll finish me up. That'll give me the 100 for the day. So today I'm out here obviously doing them, keeping everything together, doing them at once. But my intention is to, on the days I'm kind of pressed for time, or if I'm on the road, I'll grease the groove. I'll just do them piecemeal throughout the day, but I'll make sure I get that 100 in. So I wanted to share this with you guys and really get a couple of opinions on it. So somebody sent me this article, and it has to do, it was in the Philadelphia Inquirer, and it has to do with an event they're calling FATCON. And it's these three young ladies who, according to these three ladies, what they say in the article is that there's a ton of fat people in Philadelphia who are perfectly fine with who they are. And you should be, whether you're fat or not. And they're using the term fat. So I'm just going to go by what they're saying here in the article. So, you know, if you're a good person, you have good values, and however you live your life, no matter what your condition, as long as you don't affect other people in a negative way, if what you do day to day doesn't negatively affect other people, well, I mean, you should be perfectly fine with who you are. You should be happy with who you are. That's the way you're supposed to live. So it goes on to say that these three young ladies, it's a first of its kind, excuse me, first of its kind, fat focused, again, they're using the term fat focused convention, and they're bringing more than buzzwords like body positivity and body neutrality. They want everybody to celebrate being unapologetically themselves. Again, you should. That's what you should do. As long as whatever you're doing doesn't negatively affect everybody. But now, what I get from that sentence is, it's okay to use the term FATCON, call your event FATCON, right? And it's a fat-focused convention. But you don't want to use a term like body positivity. That has a negative connotation, as does body neutrality, right? It says we're not into buzzwords because we've seen how it affects and impacts people. It makes people feel either included or excluded. So I don't know where you would want them to be, right? In some things in life you'll be excluded, whether it's because of your beliefs or it's just, and some things you'll want to be included in. But don't use the term body positivity or body neutrality, because that's going to box you in to where you're either included or excluded. I got to be honest, that one kind of goes above my head. And I don't know what words today are not triggering or buzzwords. When you have this victim mentality about yourself, where woe is me, everything in life is, I'm just a victim. When you walk around with that, if you sneeze and I say God bless you, is that triggering? Is that a buzzword? Do you feel excluded or included? Does the word God offend you? You know, if I tell you have a good day, have a great day, and you know you have this victim mentality, why would you say that to me? How do you know I'm going to have a good? If you get where I'm going, there's nothing that you could say with some people where they won't take it and spin it around. So they go on to say that the phrase body positivity has become bogged down with relating to body image. Well, I think that's what it means. It means you think about yourself, you think about your body in a positive way. And if you're comfortable being, again, their term fat, if you're comfortable being healthy and looking a certain way, that's body positivity, right? They're kind of talking out of both sides of their mouths, which people like this normally do. So they go on to say what people in larger bodies, now they're being a little more politically correct, larger bodies need is to step away from constantly talking about body image, right? Let's just not even talk about it. You could be 300, 400, 500 pounds, but hey, that's like the elephant in the room, right? No pun intended. Let's not talk about that, right? Because once again, it can be very triggering. if you talk about anything positive, it could be triggering for folks who have disabilities, chronic illness, have been dieting off and on their whole lives, and developing eating orders. So are they inferring that everybody that's overweight, or again, they're using the term fat, everybody that's fat has a disability, a chronic illness, an eating disorder? I would contend that with obesity comes the sickness and the eating disorders, the addictions to food, the yo-yo dieting, the chronic illnesses. Hold that thought. I'm on. I think I'm on 6 now. Let me get moving here. So, okay, let me get back to where I was. So they're calling this Philly FATCON, and it aims to be a judgment-free event focused on creating a community for fat people, by fat people, recognizing those who are often overlooked because of their size. 75% of the adults in this country are overweight or obese. I don't see where large people are being overlooked, to be honest with you, because it's 3 out of every 4 people that would be invited to this event. The idea is to help others navigate this, again, the victim mentality, fat-phobic world and society in a different way. Now, just to back up a little bit, these 3 lovelies that are running this, I believe 2 of them also have some type of, let's call it plus-size clothing companies. One of them is a lingerie company, and one of them is clothing directed at overweight people. So they want to bring people together, again, not for body positivity and body neutrality, but it's because of this fat-phobic world we live in, and society. They just want to get together and, commiserate a little bit. So again, the entire world is fat phobic. I guess they're talking about the 25% that aren't considered to be overweight or obese. So what they're saying is, look, we're victims. We're just victims. 75% of the people, we're victims. There's not much we could do about it, but everybody's against us. So we have to get together and fight this. Fight this injustice, right? So one of the women says, it's the first of its kind 3-part convention. It was a dream that came after the 2nd annual Plus Swap, and that was something where they all got together and swapped out clothes, large plus-size clothes. So now they wanted to throw this bigger weekend event, a weekend-long event, to bring people together to celebrate fat bodies. And I think not only will they be celebrating fat bodies, but they're going to be, it's a little bit of brand awareness too, and they're going to be looking to sell their clothes. So that's pretty convenient. People just want to be able to be themselves. That's the dire need. They're calling this a dire need for something like FATCON in Philadelphia. A dire need for that, to get these people together and buy clothes. And just to be themselves, right? Because in a society where being overweight and obese is accepted more than ever, because 3 out of every 4 people would fall under that category, there's a dire need to get together and say, hey, everybody's against us, let's buy some clothes. you should always be yourself, right? But you should try and be the best version of yourself. You shouldn't go through life with any type of victim mentality, especially in a country like this with all its, all its faults. God gave you this body, and if you're content being overweight, that's your right. You have the right to do that. Nobody should criticize you for that or anything. But this whole thing that I'm X, Y, or Z, whether it's overweight or a certain religion or anything, you name it, certain sexuality. If I don't agree with it, it doesn't make me an evil person, right? If I act negatively towards you for that one reason, and I say that, then there's an issue. I could see that. But if I'm living my life according to my values, and you're living your life according to your values, we can agree to disagree on any subject on earth, and we could still get along like decent human beings. So it says here, the organizers of the Philadelphia FATCON want to connect with other people that look like you, think like you, feel like you, and understand you. So I'm thinking in my mind that if Old Dog Fitness had an Old Dog weekend, and I said, I want to invite people here that look like me, that think like me, that feel like me, and understand me, because I feel isolated in the world. I feel a certain level of being I feel like sort of a victim, because there are times when I'm ostracized for being a little over the top when it comes to taking care of your body, doing good things for your body, trying to stay healthy, and trying to spread that message to other people. Sometimes I get a little down about it. So I'm just wondering how things would go if I were to advertise something like that. So yeah. Now, and again, guys, if any of you are interested, if you want to get your early bird tickets, you can get a VIP ticket to FATCON for $250. Then they have what they call an all access, which is $150. If you're tied up for the weekend and you only have one day free, you can go for a single day, and that'll cost you $75. And then if you just want to go swap some clothes with other people that look like you, think like you, and feel like you, and do everything else like you could pay $30 just to go to FATCON and swap out some clothes, some plus size lingerie and whatnot. Yeah, so that's it. All right, I think I'm on 5 now, guys. I gotta get this done. It's getting dark. All right, guys, I don't even know if you could see me anymore. So that was it. I did the 2 and 1. I just saw I did that together as 3. So that's it, 100 a day, 100, some pull variation, push variation, and squat or leg variation, 100 a day, in addition to normal workouts. Let me know what you think about FATCON. If you want to check that out, it was an article again in the Philadelphia Inquirer. Let me know what you think about that. Always appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you get your reps in, and I'll talk to everybody in the next one. Thanks, guys.